Alright, within the next hour or two, we're gonna figure out who killed Mahiru Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. Class trial number 2 has just begun.
Now then,
And we
let's
have to go get
begin with a
information for this.
simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will
Same
earn
rules
the
we've
right
come
to
to know.
leave this island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Yes. Says
Some
itself,
of us
too.
have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
Apparently, everything that
means
happens in that game
Twilight
relates to the real
Syndrome
world.
murder case
is
is a
intentional.
non-fiction game.
Says itself.
Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Buki.
Some of us are
Is he about to
characters
go blah blah blah
in a
blah blah
video
blah?
game.
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
Hope I can remember this. Characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl E, and Boy F. The high school girl who got killed at the beginning, Sumuki, Koizumi, Hiyoko, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu. Moving the tab up to clearing the game, as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. First character the player was able to control was Girl A. Third name of Girl A is probably Mikon,
See,
because of the nervousness.
girl A is probably Mikon Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like girl A.
Why can you remember all
Based
this?
on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy. Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
She's right, the one who said that was Girl B.
I see! Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
No, that defines you perfectly.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C. Personality was hyper energetic and unique. No question, it's a booty. And her blah 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 blah.
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
No! I don't want the
Move on to
monetization.
Girl D.
If you guys know where that's coming in. Girl D, huh? There's only one person who always had a camera with them. Mahiru Koizumi, the ultimate photographer.
Girl D is Mahiru, the victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
He's Guy F.
I see!
The only guy that was actually
Aren't
mentioned.
you Guy
Even
F,
though Kuzuryu was
Fuyuhiko?
mentioned twice.
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu? Another person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato,
So who's Sato?
Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
Because there were.
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason Fuyuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice. It's true I have a hunch, but To call me out like that? No, because you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name, Kuzuryu, appears twice, it's probably because he had a little sister.
I can prove it with this. In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
Hmm? What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game.
That bitch, what the hell did you do to my little sister?
It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to make I need to move the conversation forward. I kept in the game, I could see Fuyuhiko's little sister, the girl who died at the beginning.
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
That bitch, girl, he wasn't. What the hell she do to my little sister?
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister.
But she
So
killed
if the only
little
person
sister.
left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister. Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there. Winning personality? Are you praising me? I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
Based on true events, so...
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive.
The motive? I don't think anybody really
Don't
wants to
make
hear
it
anything
shit
from
up,
you, though.
bastard! If she was the
Also-
type to die easy, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that. You're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Like, it wasn't just the other
Shut
day.
the fuck up! You be quiet!
Ooh.
I see.
Bad
So
mouthing
you're never
on
gonna
Akuma.
accept that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Again, I don't think that's something people want to hear from
starting
you.
to act weird again.
Always been acting weird.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
Based on true events.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be the same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Gundam and Tanaka. What the heck is that wild connection?
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
And he's on a straight rivalry going on.
Hey, no one cares about that.
Nice zoom in.
Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I
Oh,
heard
it's
that
another
Girl
act?
E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E,
Okay.
correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it! Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
The reason Girl E was killed, I should be able to assume why based on the content of the game. Girl E was killed because she witnessed the murder. Because Girl E was the
I
killer.
see!
Right.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
And it was revenge.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But... Is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim? In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance.
There we go.
Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
Let's look at this right here. The broken vase. So the girl was in the room, killed the victim, and broke the window, even though the sound of glass that was heard was a broken vase. Alright.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is
I play games like
basic.
Persona Q all the time, and
We
I never
get it.
map out my
Let's
surroundings.
talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Maybe I'm just a bad player.
Then, I'll start explaining.
But you made her sad.
Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the five of them were finally able to go inside, they
Dead girl.
found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall
Oh
seemed
wait,
to
I see
confirm
this
that.
right now. Girl E was the one killed by the baseball bat,
Girl
not
E's
the
swimsuit was stolen,
sister.
so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing
I
games.
don't think she wants to hear that from you,
But it
Nagato.
wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girlie broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She
Sounds
would
about
have passed
right.
by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Or not.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E who was waiting in the hallway is the killer. Then, what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? And to make that clear first. Golden swimsuit, the entrance hall, the broken vase photo, the victim's crime scene, and the girl's E crime scene.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So she didn't completely escape outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, it was the... Yeah, it was shattering, but it was the vase. It wasn't the window.
And wait in front of the music room.
She probably used a hidden passageway.
Well,
Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
she's Pinocchio! What Girl E did after the murder in the music room? I need to find a clue that will clarify that.
After she killed the first victim in the... What did Girl E do?
She just broke the window.
It was the vase that broke,
So
not
how
the
did Girl
window.
to the front of the music to go back to the... You need to go through... Plus, I think the other 4 girls...
At the entrance, heard the sound of the window shattering.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
It was the vase. And...
First of all,
and
the sound the
Ibuki's
girls heard
apparently
wasn't the window breaking.
Ibuki's Pinocchio.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
That's simple.
Vase?
Hey, what broke to make that
How
sound?
can you
A vase.
go?
After the
Just
murder,
a
the
vague,
broken
simple
vase was
answer.
discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
Oh, what broke it? A vase.
So
Just
the
a
sound
simple,
of breaking
everyday
glass
vase.
that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Maybe, probably, I
Actually,
think.
the
Be
murder
sure about
was
something.
nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see! Now the mystery has been solved!
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
The whole time I was thinking it was a baseball bat, but that's what Girl E was killed.
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was!
What?
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit.
Again?
Which means I'll feel disgusting.
Oh, really?
That's a disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then,
Other than the baseball
will you
bat, I don't
guys
remember
be
any
able
other
to
weapon being
figure it
revealed in the
out?
game. Because I just wasn't paying attention. An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. We're told we can't advance until we don't make that clear, and I have to do it. What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? Now then, there's something I need to tell you regarding the white noise and non-top debates. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't always destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with the silencer. Unless you completely destroy them, your timeline will not be replenished. By the way, if it's set to gentle, white noise won't appear, and you get the gist. This debate is getting tougher, so I've obtained some various information. This is a guy named Gun... something. Apparently he has this guy that can increase the power of the silencer. Gundam. Gun something. I wonder who it is. So there he is, right there. Gundam Tanaka. Was I out of line just now? Well then, good luck and have fun. Then again, the first game. Good luck and have fun. Unconventional weapon. And then the broken fish tank we saw. I guess I can put
Weapon
that
inside
together.
the music room, huh?
What about broken glass?
Stupid as usual.
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Yes.
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
Anything with a boom.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Like grand piano, just slam it on
Going
her.
even bigger.
That would have squashed. That would have just given her a blunt trauma.
Investigation conducts universal chaos.
It would have blunt
It's on
trauma.
that
She would have been
big a
absolutely
scale, too?
squashed.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
You gotta get them with gravel. Isn't it too
If it's
small?
a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Stupid as it was, I'm pretty sure Buki's
Is there
right.
a weapon with bloodstains on it?
No.
She beat her to death with her fist!
That girl Lisa Kane and Nakamari. You're seriously stupid. Look at the weapon. Apparently it appeared in the game, but
A weapon
I
inside
wish
the
it had
music
been more,
room, huh?
a more
What about broken glass?
less
Isn't the
vague.
cause of death a blow to think you talked her with the fish tank?
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going?
The investigation.
It's on that big as.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
There you go.
I agree with that.
It sounds stupid, but she might be right.
I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the
If we
victim.
can confirm that girl E was the killer, that means her swimsuit. That means no one else got into the school. That means there was no pervert that could have stolen her swimsuit. So she had to have used that.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there.
Wish we had more than 6 minutes.
Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
Alone, but if she used a
What if
swimsuit,
the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
then you gotta pile them up.
What kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
That's why that fish tank was
Inside
broken.
the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
Phoenix Wright or the Great
Or the
Ace
killer.
Attorney? A
It's
game
an
that was only
idea that kills
released
two
on
birds with one stone.
3DS only in Japan.
To
But that we're
make
gonna be getting on
people
Switch
think
real
the
soon.
killer is
I'm
some
actually
pervert.
really ready to
It
try
makes
that out.
sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen.
Great Ace Attorney.
And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real
I'm on
important talk
ecstasy.
begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're
Isn't she
talking
the
about
one that she-
Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
But took photos of it. It's okay, I made sure to throw it away.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D.
Well, protect, quote.
Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it, and they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
When anger goes
But
too
she
far.
should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back. I somewhat understand that feeling.
Now I'm curious about you.
That's pretty scary.
She's shy, but
But
apparently
Girl
has
E
a
was also killed by
scary
someone on
nature.
the 4th day, or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
Girlie's killer right now. The only person I can think of is that guy. Monokuma. Guy F.
See,
Because it was the same red
It
text
should
that
have been
Guy F had.
Guy F.
What the hell she do to my little sister? I will never forgive her. And that text
A
appeared again
scenario
in
where
red.
Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is...
Fuyuhiko.
It's just a story in a video game, isn't it? That's
Doesn't
all
understand.
you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
I don't think they do.
I'm terribly sorry, but
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were like totally stolen.
Wait, so
even if
Fuyuhiko...
I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer.
Fuyuhiko's
No
sister
one would
actually
kill a
told me
nice
the whole
person like
truth as well.
Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko.
I mean, you're a piece of shit man in society as well,
Girl E and
Ryoko.
Mahiru were killed by that guy.
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
No, the game and Mahiru's deaths are probably related. Next one is an important shared point with Girl E and Mahiru's murder. A shared point with Girl E and Mahiru's murder. What? Is there something within the game? Important shared point with Girl E and Mahiru. So something that they have in common. Is it the bat? The crime scene, due to the Buzzman's code, it's believed to be the murder weapon. The murder weapon used in Twilight the murder case with the metal bat too.
I can prove it with
Yep,
this.
because both were killed with the metal bat.
I'm not sure the two events are
Ryoko's face
unrelated.
was stretched
At
out.
the very least, the killer has definitely played the game.
Because the
As
murder
proof,
weapons were the same.
Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
But it was.
Dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
Revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles.
Very so.
And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious, but don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Ryoko?
Oh.
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh.
Going crazy.
Saying you nasty toilet
But I don't think it
clogging
would be
bitch.
her. It definitely wouldn't be her though. Beach. Okay, it has to be the footprints. And luckily it stood there.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll?
Four-eyed troll.
Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
She started crying. She's obviously faking it.
Doubt Hyoko! Do you know where Hyoko was today?
I don't know.
She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
Have I decided?
But I didn't go to the beach house!
She said she didn't go. Dude, you need to learn from your mistakes.
Pushing Mr.
But she
Hands
did.
all day!
I was talking about the Mr. Hands. It was the crab that she almost did. But she was at the beach house. Hold on, let's take clearly contradicts information I know. She was at the beach
What are you
house.
saying, you four-eyed accusing me of...
Why do you doubt Hyoko? Do you know where Hyoko? She was at the beach house.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
Damn it.
extra amps all day!
It kept blocking it.
What are you saying? Accusing me of...
Why do you doubt Hyoko? Do you know where Hyoko... She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
She has footsteps leading out from it, and she ran from the beach area as well.
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But you were.
These footprints in the sand in front of the beach house. Aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are!
Damn, she hates Mikon.
Don't decide that based on ugliness!
I guess I'm gonna use Nagato's footprints.
They're not Hyoko's footprints? That's strange.
That definitely
The
doesn't.
footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Yoko, Peko, Hajime.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house.
Someone that was running out.
Which means, when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different entrance.
A different entrance? Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was leaning against?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left. Which means something happened between those two events. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
Ugh, completely flipped the mood.
So you finally decided to confess.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of
Get
that
on with
daily
it.
routine before.
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
You're not believing her immediately, are you?
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass. She's obviously lying.
Huh? It's a lie?
Oh my
People
god.
who call other people liars are usually liars themselves.
That's the logic I use with my brothers.
Say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Wait a minute, the note that we got from her. That note. I guess would it be the letter that we got? Footprints on the beach, the metal back shower room, the iron bar windows, and the letter to Mahiru. Here we go.
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk.
I'm gonna walk. Should be healthy.
I didn't go any other time.
Oh,
Then you didn't
nope.
meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
That would be true.
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Huh?
Is this a panel of idiots?
Only two. People said she never saw Mahiru, but is that really true? Oh, never saw
I
it,
did
someone.
go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
What? That's not it? What you saw? You saw. To prove.
Damn it!
I guess maybe it is the morning walk.
I did go to the
Because
beach
it was
house,
the afternoon.
but only during my morning walk.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
2:30 p.m. I said on the letter.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was gonna tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? Why don't you come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m.? Since there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret until then. Let's try not to see each other for a while. Be bad to start suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sayanji.
That letter! It's the one Mahiru had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Huh?
In the diner.
Me and
She's running
Hajime
away.
met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
Yep, it just zooms in.
See. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward,
An hour later.
I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed Hiyoko.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
That's wrong.
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously? I don't know! I didn't even write that letter! I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
Like she always does.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along.
Why would she do that though?
That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that too.
The gummy? The place I can think of where Hiyoko was hiding is probably that place, right?
Here!
The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence.
The bear.
Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never eaten
Oh my
something
God.
like that before.
She's making herself sound more
I have
suspicious.
captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach
I must
house,
have got
hid
some
inside the
words.
closet like a familiar.
Listening to all this. Mahiru getting
When she
upset.
saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
We have presented the proof! My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out!
It's a trap! This is obviously someone's trap!
Who's someone? Whose trap is it?
It must be that one person! You know, the one with the mask, maybe? The one with the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer!
Need some red go on to this. Anyways.
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
No.
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask! Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice!
Huh? Sparkling what now?
That mask says it all! Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island! Which means the legendary serial killer Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru!
Why, you... If you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonably stubborn.
It's all in your head! Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the
true that Hyogo's suspicious, but there's something strange. Something doesn't make sense. Can't help but feel like we're being directed by someone. Use the trash can, the yellow gummy, the killer's escape route.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Fuyuhiko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru.
And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the right was blocked by the body.
Hyogo, why the
So
body?
you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
Everyone doubts Hyogo. Is that really okay?
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Fuyuhiko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill
Come on,
Mahiru.
Cumber.
And afterward, you fled from the beach.
At the time, the door was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict. Fuyuhiko is the...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house.
And weren't you also... So that's when you dropped the gummy.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Get it. Come on.
About that gummy, did Hyogo really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're not one to talk either.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Hyogo likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
Oh, the brand was different, I guess.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored.
I thought
That gummy is yellow? And it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
I don't think they were that big either.
Fuyuhiko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy. See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this?
Somebody wanted you
To
gone.
get my revenge, I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might!
Oh, my little tiny person might.
Hold on, you little bitch! You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid. I'm not done backing you into a corner yet.
Oh, it's still going on. Flipping on the beast, the yellow gummy. I guess it's it.
We're not done with Hyogo yet.
What did you say?
There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
Mahiru left. What?
What does that mean?
You don't know?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her,
No, wait, no, because she was
we
killed
have
instantly.
the evidence we need.
That's how it really was. Mahiru really... No, because she was killed
wrong.
instantly. Yeah, that's wrong, because she was
I
killed
left
instantly.
those footprints during my morning walk!
Get with the morning walk. That won't work. I gotta figure out what's right and what's wrong.
We're not done with Hyogo yet. There's still a huge piece of
Mahiru
evidence
was
left.
killed
You're talking
immediately.
about the footprints near the beach house.
It's true, that's an important... And we can thank
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength.
She was killed immediately.
No, that's wrong.
His death was instant after she got hit.
Mahiru didn't block the door. her death was instant.
Instant death?
According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
If you keep making shit up, I'll fucking kill you!
I'm sorry.
Fuyuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too. I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Someone else?
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask Kyoko. She's the killer after all.
Fuck off, Fuyuhiko.
Seriously, that's not true. Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body? If she handled the body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin would have been stained with blood.
When I saw her, she was...
Completely clean, and the showers don't work either. There's no way she could have washed herself off. And I didn't see any towels there either.
I told you I wasn't the killer!
I guess you're gonna have to use the shower.
With this, my innocence has been proven!
I don't
I
think...
won't let you look down on me.
That's what I figured. Some people aren't satisfied yet.
We haven't decided that yet.
Hey, Fuyuhiko. Why do you keep insisting that Hiyoko is the killer?
What's getting unplugged?
Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely the killer!
Rebuttal showdown. Increased metal bat shower. It probably has to be the shower room. There's no chance to wash off.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Nope.
The fact that Hiyoko was at can be proven. Did you get all that, you bastard?
Yeah, it could be room with the footprints, but the shower room wasn't active. Fuyuhiko hasn't thoroughly investigated the crime scene at the beach house. They should tell him he's wrong by using that piece of
So
evidence.
what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Nope.
Allow me to cut through those words.
The shower room is broken and inaccessible.
No, washing it off in the shower is impossible because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out.
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body, and when she was done, she put them back on.
That's impossible too.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
They don't have a clothes for committing murder. No, that should be impossible. Oh wait, because she can't get dressed. Her clothes fuse to her body. No, she can't get dressed by herself because she doesn't. Because she can't tie the little rope on
Listen
her robe.
to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before.
I can't help it. I can't tie my kimono sash by myself.
Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
Shit.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little.
Well, come on, guys.
Wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place? Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
No, he would absolutely shoot
You're
you.
right. I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me.
Go 45. Go at least 45 minutes within
If she
the
didn't change her clothes,
investigation
then
video.
what
You'll
did
see what I
Hiyoko do
mean.
with the blood that got on her?
Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first
Hey,
place.
who's the
I
rule
never touched
breaker?
Mahiru's
I'll beat the
body.
crap out of them, no questions asked.
Hey, if you think about it the other way around, does that mean whoever was covered in blood is suspicious?
Akane? Yeah, she was covered in blood.
Because
too.
if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
So maybe she's the killer?
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru?
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed out.
Damn.
Doubting me of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life.
Damn.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
No.
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right? It's okay that I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See, I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru. 'Cause Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind. There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hyoko, please don't cry. Everything is fine now.
You're gonna cheer up and then she's gonna backstab
Shut
you.
the hell up,
Yep.
Big Barf. I hope you get a hangnail and die.
Trying to be kind to you.
I'm sorry for being Pig Barf.
More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier was definitely strange. Well. And so ultimately accusing Hyoko of being suspicious. Could it be, does he actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth?
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Yes.
Like I said, it was a trap.
Yeah, I got that already,
Yes,
so...
Ibuki still.
Can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh? Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
She never talked to me at all. Man, what a surprise. I expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snide.
Damn.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but... around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one.
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put it just in your mailbox. It's the same thing. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. The time is still the same at 2 p.m. Due to someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Keep it a secret until then. Let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they start suspecting us for no reason. Mahiru Koizumi. Letter Hyoko received.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
But the letter Hyoko had doesn't it clearly contradict this other evidence, which I believe would be the other letter, the one that was addressed to Hyoko, whatever it is. Yep, I was gonna tell you, listen, I can find something in your mailbox. This is change the place and time. I'm gonna come to second island at 2:30. Let's see, let's not see each other again. Be bad to suspect us for no reason.
I can prove it with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had?
this early. It's okay if we change the place and time. When you go to the beach house in the second island at 2:30 p.m.
Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m. But in Ryoko's letter...
Well, it's okay if we change the place, and I want you to come at 2 p.m.
Whoa! The meeting times are off.
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it, but for both letters to say the same thing?
Hiyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
She didn't write it.
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
Safe to say a letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? Yoko had the letter Mahiru had? How about both of them?
I see.
The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same. The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So they completely tricked me. And then Mahiru's killer. How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all.
Like Terry did with Nagato.
It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Just evil.
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens.
Nagato turns evil.
We can just lightly punch him to death later.
Lightly?
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something.
Medicine?
That medicine. Could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
I'm sorry.
Oh
When I
my
woke
God.
up, I was inside a small closet. And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic!
I was scared. It was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but... The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Evidence.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about?
Being suspicious?
The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory.
No one asked you, Nagato.
The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a
Going
class
crazy
trial
again.
should be. Seriously, which side are you on? I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right
Well, at least
way.
he managed to get one of her arms
That's a
and stuff.
splendid power of teamwork. Hey,
Wrong.
what do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want.
He's asleep.
Whoa. He's sleeping.
Wait, you get your arms out. Can't you get yourself
You
loose?
bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
Bitter truth. That might be true, but even so, we can't stand around here all day. Even if what lies around is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who among us is Mahiru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Suspended.
Well now,
My trial has reached its climax. I would like to present the answer right here, right now. You guys spoil who the killer is? Ah, it's remote. If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't! It's seriously a big no-no. But spoiling is right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president higher powers against innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... You can't... Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
correct. You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. What? What was that? I'm thinking about a save. Supposed to be here. Should I save here or should I save here? I'm gonna save here because... Nah, because I'm gonna have to end up redoing everything. It screws up anyways.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room.
Koizumi?
Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! Oh, I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And
Don't
don't
forget to
forget
save
to save
regularly.
regularly.
Here
Well,
we go.
Now that we've decided to believe Hiyoko, now what?
If the killer was
Blah, blah,
luring
blah, blah, blah.
Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
Both of them?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
I should
Hey,
eat that shit right
when you
up.
woke up, was the gummy already there? Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't. Just as I thought.
It was
Just
planted.
as you thought?
It was planted.
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
Or maybe...
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
No, I'm showing the offense that they never left.
I wonder, at any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
Want to play a new game? Is that what you're thinking? If so, we prepared the perfect product for you. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called the Logic Dive. Logic Dive, you control versions which are created from an image within your brain. That's to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways with the left stick and accelerate with the right bumper. Bumper button. Press the left bumper button to brake, the R bumper to jump. Use various options you encounter as you progress through the course. Make sure you're familiar with the controls so you can reach the goal. Then you will take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into walls. Upon reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. You can split different paths, so please proceed down the path of the answer you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course, please be careful. However, when they make good use of brake, that's my metal sim device to you. Press start button to examine the controls, then good luck after. There might be a very important question. Killer tampered with the evidence that the Hiyoko ran with the beach house. When did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? There. I just spoke to think about it. I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Logic dive. I forgot how to jump. Okay. Question 1. When did the killer arrive at the beach house? Before Hiyoko? Oh, that's how it's up. Before Hiyoko. Then we logical answer. Let's go. I actually like this. What you thinking? Question 2. When did the killer leave the beach house? But they left after Hiyoko left. Which could mean that they were actually still there. Yeah. Oh shoot. Question 3. Where was the killer hiding before Hiyoko? They were in the beach house. Well, while Hiyoko was unconscious, so the beach house. All the answers were red. All the answers were red! The killer arrived at the beach house before Hiyoko arrived, they left after Hiyoko, and they were still in the house while Hiyoko was unconscious. I like that.
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
Not might have, they were
You
certainly
spent all
hiding.
that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing.
You can go back throwing you under the bus.
Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good!
I don't think she would listen to you. I really don't want that to happen to me. I need the answer by any means. The place where Killer was hiding. The place where Hiyoko has it from. Once again, the freaking closet.
Here!
Killer is probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? Then you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hiyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
Killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance. I think of one place. That's right. The place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was the surfboard case.
Here!
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Oh my god.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case? But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? Two surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. Because we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think.
Be certain of something.
Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kinda like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean
I don't think anyone
it's
says
always
that.
darkest under the lighthouse?
I don't think anyone says that either.
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Okay.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
Nobody wants to
There's
hear
no
you.
way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Say whatever you want, even if you didn't ask.
He's like, shut up.
All right. If you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya!
Huh? If you don't want to get punched, let me
Shut up.
punch you.
Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma.
I have the upper
Can I
hand.
ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
What?
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right? Is the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh?
How flexible?
So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine. You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
There are 4 people at
Which
the beach house?
means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
Hiyoko being one of them.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
He's like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
Simple.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. You guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too.
I don't think anyone wants to hear you, Nagato.
Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Now that I should explain to you the final feature of non-stop debates. From point forward, you will now be able to use Truth Flashback. You hold down the diamond button, the shape of the reticle will change. If you aim the remark's weak spot and keep it in that position, you'll be able to memorize it. Memorized space can only be fired once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change to a different truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. So you can use a flashback feature as many times as you want. It doesn't have any answer to a liar or mistake in your available truth bullets. It might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, we'll just have to trust your keen wits, won't you? By the way, you're not able to agree with anyone while using truth flashback. Please remember that it's only a fragment of refuting points. Well then, good luck and have fun. I may have an idea how this one. The shower room.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
Fine, there's no use
They
thinking
didn't
it's you.
have to use the shower. Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet?
Wetsuits? Oh, there were
Maybe they
wetsuits.
wore one when they moved the body.
I think I've seen this before.
If they used something other than the shower,
There we go.
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
they cut it up and floosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning,
Why do
I
you
can
always-
declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Like, why do you keep talking about your shit? Why do you always keep fighting about the bathroom?
Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
You mean it's
Maybe
a
they
cult
were
fault?
able to wash it off.
If I use that person's opinion, I might be able to break through the contradiction.
What did the killer do with the blood on...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the so washing it off would have been impossible. No, that's wrong.
They didn't use the shower. Let's talk about those waters that are in the garbage for some reason.
They just needed to wash off the blood. They didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
Like Fuyuhiko. In the shower that was used to wash the blood. Possible it was the drinks that were inside the refrigerator, considering how little there were left.
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it.
And there she is. As soon as we refute.
In theory, that's impossible.
How so?
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Bottle showdown. Put in the middle back, the trash. I know what this one is. The trash can.
It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try thinking about it. One bottle wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
He said one bottle was used.
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles, and there were only flavored drinks, but if you use those to wash blood off, the blood will come off and your body will leave an aromatics, especially if you use the water. That alone would raise suspicion.
Could it be the first allegation would tend to lead to this outcome? But I should have evidence used against her argument.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Are you sure about that?
Allow me to cut through those words.
Water bottles probably took up the whole first shelf.
There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
Are you sure about that?
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Oh, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
Huh? You should have said so sooner.
Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Is it... Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, the person would be...
It seems you've realized who the killer is.
Soaked?
See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask. Who might that be?
Those water bottles. If the killer used plastic water bottles to wash the blood that splattered onto them, the killer, Mahiru's killer, must be that person. They were soaked. Peko Yama. She came to the beach house all soaked, claiming she was swimming to the other islands.
Peko. Is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
We were extremely soaked.
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Yep, all soaked. Claimed you were swimming. And you were tying a knot. Hajime, Kazuichi, why are you two here? Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily? I just did a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard!
Of course.
You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming!
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Huh?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
He's covering something up.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
Just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. I went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time. He's trying to hide something.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Like, shit!
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer! We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house!
It's gonna be similar to a Mondo Ishimaru situation. Where Ishimaru's been trying to
The
protect
roadside door
Mondo.
was blocked! And if it's
They got
impossible
Fuyuhiko
to
trying
leave
to
from the
protect
beachside
Pekka.
without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Pekko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Well, if Pekko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
There's a window.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
The killer's escape route. I might know what it was. In fact, the only possible thing I can think of is that opening. The bathroom, the door facing the beach, the closet. No, the small window in the first shower.
The roadside and beachside doors aren't an option. The only other thing I can think of is... well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Pekko could have reached it.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
Littering is not allowed. Let's coexist with this island's beautiful nature and mutual prosperity.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
No, they just have to use an object.
An object they have with them.
Don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object. I see! You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body.
Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours!
Oh my god.
No! Please don't be violent!
Even if the killer used an object to escape out the window, they wouldn't have to be able to get rid of it. So the only thing I can think of is that the killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, focus and think. The object the killer used to escape out the window. If it's Pekko, then it's your sword. Yeah, bamboo sword. Ah. This is not good. Why is there no M? Why is there no P's? I'm literally about to lose before any of these proper letters actually appear. Right there.
I got it!
The bamboo sword.
Peko, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I
No
recall
answer.
correctly, you had it then too.
I was gonna die before any of those actually popped up.
Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
Sword
That definitely
as
would
a
have been
step
perfect
stool?
time for
You
a
see?
rebuttal.
I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell ya? A ninja could have climbed that easily!
Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a step stool.
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Ninjas are only in Japan.
Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily use it to climb.
Well, Peko, do you have anything to say?
Now then, the time has come once again for the panic talk action. Let's talk a little about fever time and nega time. From now on, you will be able to use fever time by pressing the R from the right bumper used during PTA. Fever time is active, tempo will be pushed to its max. That's not all, you won't miss during fever time either. Pressing the B button when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assaults. But only until your focus gauge goes down, so make sure the best possible use of your time. Of course, you're not the only one who can get the upper hand. There's something called nega time that your opponent can use too. When it activates nega time, your tempo mark will disappear, making it quite difficult to press the button to the rhythm. Okay, so please time the rhythm, not with your eyes, with your ears, and your passionate heart. Can't clear, you can always see for difficulty setting. I'm not gonna tell them that they have to redo the class out for the fact that they do that. Well then, good luck enough.
Hold on a sec, you bastard! You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword? It would have been left in the shower room, and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Fuyuhiko, why are you... Panic talk action.
Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Bamboo sword bag.
This is the end!
What if she attached her bag?
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword bag.
I have to just realize, guys, the fever time actually
When she leaned her
cancels
sword
nega
against
time.
the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword back to it.
It's pretty cool. Cool strategy. Like something,
And after she climbed up
they
to
use
the
mega
window,
time,
as long
fever
as she
time.
hauled the bag up toward her,
Not only can you not miss, actually that's really
she
it.
would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
Sell your fucking organs.
Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag too. She used them
This is
both
less
to
weird
escape.
than Teru saying
Akane
Paris
said
Hilton.
she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan.
Naruto.
You just back off!
Is it true?
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
She admitted just now, right? She admitted she's Mahiru's killer, right? But is this right? Even though Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
She's rushing it now.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
My motive?
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
Her sense of justice.
Justice?
In order to protect the justice of this world.
Huh?
I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What sense of justice is it?
What are you saying?
Justice
Look
is what
what's
makes
straight.
humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun and the enduring moon, the protective father and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Peko!
Peko,
If
Peko,
justice
Yama!
ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that.
Definitely takes her role really serious.
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
Could she be?
The
As
different
the
sense
light
of justice.
shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete. Center
Okay.
of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice.
She's angry.
Now then, let's execute justice.
She's ready.
What? What the fuck?
My thoughts exactly.
What are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
Little emojis.
What's going on? What's this? Chill.
Yeah, but I think you just freaked out. There it is. There it is. Blah, 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 blah.
Everyone, please be careful. Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals.
But she's still dangerous.
She is supposed to be... But... Huh?
I think this one's just Pecco.
Justice? So that's why you're wearing a mask. This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revealed because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
I have to figure out where to what the heck is this? I have to figure out where to reconnect my remote. Pecco's the killer. Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events.
And he's still asleep.
Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
Do you think he really cares?
This again?
Huh? Sleepwalking? So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru?
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer.
So Girl D was Girl E's accomplice. Is that what we're saying?
The reason
And
you
since
killed
Girl D
Mahiru
was representing Mahiru.
To protect justice, of course.
Boom, boom!
In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
Ooh.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
How many fake tits does this girl have? Pecco, is this your true identity? Oh, wait.
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important.
Your soul?
I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
He's emotional.
I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
Flashing roads. End it? He's right. We need this to end. We need to end this already. The killer. In the end, there's no mistake that it was Pecco all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
You know, the climax, the closing argument. Stock 1. The morning into Mahiru met with here, right? Yep, it forged letters. First one around the beach house was the next one to arrive at the beach house was okay, not this one. So this one's a fake then. Let the killer leave next to the lobby. Figure that out later. Where should I hide? Okay, no, this one's a fake too. That means the damn t-shirt is behind that. So where is very close now. The truth memory said I must do this. Tie it to the bag. Okay, so I think Kyoko would be over here then. Mahiru met with Kyoko. Okay, this one's a dummy panel, so who arrived at the beach house was Mahiru. But we don't have the right panel for that. The killer leads next to it. Oh, next to the body. I said lobby. What is this anyways? Walk with the body. I think that it would be the footprints next. Yep, we'll go left. A big piece of evidence. Okay, then the wash of the body was the bottles. Where should I hide? Okay, the sword case is here. Yeah. Oh, the next person arrived at the beach house. Mahiru arrived at the beach house. Okay, so we got 2 dummy panels. That means it's the one where she just woke up. First one to find the body was Yoko wakes up. Where should I hide? Killer went inside the surfboard cage. The closet after Yoko ran away, the gummy was planted.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Now let's read this over again.
The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hiyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hiyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions.
Nash. It says Nash. Pluto Nash.
That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hiyoko.
I'm so happy about it.
The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hiyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hiyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said. And was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hiyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she'd been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon. The metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hiyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hiyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route. The small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
That's it.
I see. And what of it?
So she's pissed.
She's like totally cool with
Exasperated,
it.
rather.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of. What are you saying? You killed Mahiru! Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get
then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice. If I fall, who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice. Hurry and carry on justice.
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed! For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable. A few sacrifices? Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before we do that,
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm
Go
awake!
sleep.
Ah, we finally woke up.
I've heard your story. Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then,
I wasn't listening, but I heard it.
lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Peko Yama.
pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
What? Sonia!
Pardon me, can we have a little bit more time? Please let us continue our discussion.
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about this is definitely strange.
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the killer.
That is true. However,
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Peko is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
It's still weird.
That makes her an enthusiast.
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Peko, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia describes sparkling justice like this.
justice complete. The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice!
What the heck was that? This is Sparkling Justice catchphrase. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase? I read in a magazine in the library. There's only ever been one person, a journalist who has interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it. I see, so that's what it was. Then I got the difference between the serial killer and Peko. Nationality?
I see. That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
if she had it translated, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well.
So maybe it's the Spanish hero?
Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
Spanish?
From Spain?
What?
She's shocked. All this time, I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I assumed both serial killers from the same country. But that wasn't the case. If so...
Peko, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, you insist that you're Sparkling Justice. Can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
No.
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off.
She cannot say it in Spanish.
However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it.
What is she scheming?
My duty has already been finished.
What does she
My
mean by
duty
duty?
as a tool has already been completed in full.
Uh-huh. Looks like she's back to normal?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Huh?
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was!
I have no purpose. I am just a mere
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
Damn sure
I
it's
see.
evil.
I finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
What do you mean?
I mean, besides Peko and Hiyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
Proof that there was one more person at the scene of the crime. Was it simply just the announcement?
I see!
Talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
What other times? Did people include the killer or not? He's fine, you want to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
That announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body. And in this particular case, the killer, Peko, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
Oh yeah, Kazuichi was in...
That leaves
I
us
forget
one
about
person
that.
short.
Kazuichi was
So
in the
that
area.
means there was one more person in the beach house!
Kazuichi ran in.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by the...
Huh?
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
Can we talk about that note that you left, Mahiru?
You're the only one!
I see. Now I finally see the connection. The connection between the motive and the incident.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's
Now
even
you're
true.
saying it too?
Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
No, the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. A woman proof of that too. I'm guessing the pictures. The prize. The ending prize found in Mahiru's room. It consists of an envelope containing 4 photographs. Also let her include the envelope that says, try playing Twilight Murder. Twilight After you get a game over, press down 5 times for a real game. Once you use to remember what you all did to my sister. We'll talk then.
I can prove it with this. I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right? Because whoever beat the game first received the ending prize.
Hey, what's that envelope? What's inside? Shut up! What makes you think I have any right to question me?
It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize. It was you, wasn't it?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cares? 'Cause Peko is the killer, right? But he voted.
That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool. I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot defy my orders.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
It means I'm not the killer. The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim.
I can't
But my
aim.
young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Young master.
Young master?
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem.
Very.
If Peko's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Fuyuhiko.
Me?
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Peko be a tool in the first place? Peko is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see
I'm
what
gonna actually change my
Monokuma
wire and see
decides.
if this works.
What the hell?
We did all we could, and the rankings prove it. Keep a shorter wire. Not the one. Should probably have it in the drawer. 84 coins.
I'm in a bind. And what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I thought there were some twists and turns along the way. The one who killed Mahiru Koizumi is... Hold on a second.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll wait. Sorry, I'm just hesitating.
Hey!
There's no need to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, Peko's the killer. Why?
Hey, hey!
Why? Well, it's obvious. You're not a tool. You're a friggin' human being.
Well,
I'm a human, and I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
You just don't know.
Because you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who only exist to be tools. People such as myself. Only exist to be tools?
Hey.
What does she mean, Fuyuhiko? Peko and I grew up together. Are you two childhood friends then?
No.
No, it's completely different than that. Back then I was born and abandoned by my parents. The Kuzuryu clan took me in.
I'm nothing but a tool.
They gave me the reason to exist. And to fulfill my duty as my young master's property. Oh god.
What?
Property, you say? Alright, I can spit on my phone. It means she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me.
If my young master is attacked...
Hey,
I
who
must
put the
defend
baby
him
in the
as
crib
his
with a
shield.
katana?
If he intends to kill, I must be his sword.
You guys want to look at the right corner? Someone put the baby on the bed with the katana.
That is my only reason for living.
She was a hitman right when she was
Before
a
I am
child.
human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
Seems like Peko knows what she's doing and Fuyuhiko is just drooling.
That is...
But that is, you're wrong. You're not a tool, Peko. Because if you are a tool, then what was all that time we spent together?
Nothing.
Huh?
I was ordered by my young master to behave. This is how I was ordered to interact with you all. What? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on the island. We're just fellow high school students now. Right after we arrived at the island, that is what my young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
This is why you were hiding a relationship, you mean?
No.
And it's not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loathes relying on his household's power. He even hates me, the tool given to him by his household.
I am nothing but a tool.
No matter what I am told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. If my young master intends to kill, it is only natural for me to act as his tool. Then, the one who tried to kill Mahiru wasn't you, it was... Fuyuhiko?
Damn it.
It is what it is. When I thought I beat the game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it.
Damn it, I don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me.
And she's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How come I don't even know if my sister is dead?
You
tried to confront Mahiru, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So...
Yeah, I sent her the photos because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But...
I'm pretty sure Mahiru was confused too. I mean, we all were. Why am I suddenly doing a voice for Mikan? I don't know. Before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident happened. That's why, even if we were told that we're connected to it, there's no way we could accept it. You know, when Mahiru spoke to Ibuki, why are you speaking in the third person? You remind me of my best friend. You know, when Mahiru spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this. Sorry. I actually have plans to go to the beach with everyone.
Oh my mind!
Wait, you're not gonna go, Mahiru? If you want to talk about it there, it'd be totally fine. It's pretty important, so, you know, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I want someone to think about it with me.
But...
If you need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
Definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. You know, it's fine. It's important that everyone gets along anyway. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. There's always tomorrow. And that's today.
Oh.
She wants to discuss how to make amends, but Hiyoko is the only one who accepted her invitation. I should have gone too. Do not foam on me now. It was rather convenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? You can make use of their plan to meet each other alone. You can easily lure Mahiru into a trap, right?
Hey.
By calling both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hiyoko.
What the?
Seriously, what the heck? An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that it happened was because of some person here,
Damn it!
I have no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right?
And so,
My young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as a murder weapon because in the game, that's what was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, cutting the person to death the same way that my sister was killed just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister.
That is...
So that is why you killed Mahiru with the bat? But still, I believe that to the very last minute that the game was just a work of fiction. Even so, that bitch.
Hey,
Hey, the game is actually real. Are you the one who killed Girl E?
Why you?
Hey, I don't want to hear about that. Okay, so I understand this because Boy F killed Girl E. And Girl E was whoever that Sato person was. And Boy F was Fuyuhiko, so...
but
The fact that your sister was killed is terrible. It's unfortunate, but...
why?
You shouldn't have killed that girl.
Shut the hell up!
Who cares about that? Just answer me. What do you know about that game?
What are you saying?
You had no right to do that. Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong.
Jeez.
Want me to be honest? This whole time, I was acting like a coward. Even though I called over Mahiru, I was still trying to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that all went out the window. The window that's in the bathroom. Got really pissed off and grabbed the metal bat that I hid under the bench. At that moment, Young Master called for me and made me kill Mahiru. Huh? I was so happy about it.
I am finished.
He has nothing to say. But that isn't like Fuyuhiko at all. He wouldn't be happy because of something like that. I don't think he would really be happy. You say that you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. I don't get this at all.
Of course.
Well, of course you don't understand. Because humans are completely different from one another. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obviously impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand and pretends to be understood.
Be quiet.
Hey, you're too annoying. You just be quiet.
Yes, indeed.
Okie dokie. I'll be quiet. Bye. Afterward, just as my young master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of the crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. In order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of that serial killer story.
It cannot be.
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes. Hasten our vote? Hasten? I don't know. So, we fell for it. We fell for her trick all along. That's right. You guys have made the wrong decision. You voted me a mere tool as a killer, unaware that my young master was the true killer.
That's obviously wrong.
Hold on, don't act like our loss has been decided yet.
No.
No, it should be decided already. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
This is troubling.
I'll admit, all this talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer.
Hold on, I'm telling you to hold on.
I see.
I see. So for Peko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true nature then. Or your true hope then. On his behalf, you killed Mahiru, and now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only go that far because he's your one and only hope.
Wrong.
Wrong. I have no hope. I am just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just play dumb anyway.
Now then.
So I'm gonna ask someone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey.
Is Peko just a tool to you? Using that tool to survive by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us? Is that your hope? Oh no.
What?
Hold on.
Hold on, what's the use of asking something like that?
What?
Huh? You seem distressed. I mean, it doesn't look panic like that, right?
Jeez.
Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey,
Fuyuhiko, keep telling me the truth. The fact that she killed on your behalf, the fact that she lied to us about acting like the killer. All these things you ordered her to do, is that the truth? Fuyuhiko,
Yeah.
I know you hate our guts, but
Huh?
listen to Peko, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Young Master, you just have to tell them the truth. I was only following your orders, you just have to tell them that. Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but that kind of situation interacting with others would just shorten your lifespan. Those idiots back here in Terra are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to be held back by affection when it's my time to kill. You're still saying that? Of course, I'll take the lives of everyone here if it guarantees my survival. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are now, right?
Young Master!
Don't need to hesitate, young master. Please just tell them the truth. I mean, either way you go about it, Peko is gonna die. Whether Fuyuhiko decides to admit his truth or not, Peko dies either way. Whether she's the blackened or from a wrong vote. Young master, you was the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told because I'm a tool. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you'll still lose Peko, but
Hey,
if you insist you're the killer, just as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against despair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
damn it!
Young Master.
Yep, here's the real
I'm
picture.
finished.
He's not happy.
You? What the hell did you do? You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know.
I can't believe there are two
There's
photos
no
of
way I
the same,
can
like
let
two of
that
the same
happen
photos
to
made, just to change Fuyuhiko's expression.
Hey, Peko. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young Master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool.
Tool
Now
thing
please,
again.
go! Hiyoko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body.
To let him
Hurry.
leave so he doesn't mess with the sand.
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me. Forget about the Kuzuryu clan. You better escape.
So when did Kazuichi come in? So how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please, tell me the truth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Peko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young Master!
I'm a
Because
disgrace.
if that's actually what I have to do to survive, I just feel ashamed of myself. It means I can't live without depending on something. I just feel disgusted with myself.
Echo.
And if I admit that, it means you really are just a tool to me. How many times did I tell you? I don't want a tool given to me by the Kuzuryu clan.
Young Master!
Oh my! So this is how it turned out.
Too bad.
And here I thought it'd be more brutal and heartless. Man, how disappointing. Which means everything happened thanks to her meddlesome action.
Why
There's
you?
no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool.
Hey,
Monokuma, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew about Peko and about what Peko and Fuyuhiko discussed?
jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Even if it was an act of desperation, Peko's claim was surprisingly interesting. You're actually first to try and influence the outcome of the trial like that. But too bad. You're definitely the killer. Peko, the tool with the heart is the killer.
Sorry.
Peko, I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill your request. Even though you did all that to provide me the chance to survive. But I had a feeling it would turn out like this.
Huh? Young master.
You have a kind heart despite being a Yakuza. That's why you question your position and constantly worry about it. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape by yourself, I believe you wouldn't have accepted that so easily. We've been together ever since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Why?
Even so,
I wanted
you to escape.
I wanted to protect you.
Peko.
I am terribly sorry.
I will not be able to serve by your side until the very end, young master.
Goodbye.
And I'm sorry for what I've done to you all too. It may be selfish request, but please forgive my young master.
And please do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again.
Coming from a hitman that wants to stop killing, that's an interesting story right there. A hitman that won't kill. Of course. Peko! That will do, Monokuma. Why don't you start it already?
I will never feel despair.
Just so you know, I will never feel despair. As long as I am a tool, I am fully prepared to die.
So cool!
So cool! Will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? People who act so proud as you always shed tears of despair in the end. Now then, let's begin!
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Please permit me to make one final selfish request.
So?
Didn't I tell you not to call me young master?
I want you to remember.
The tool, Peko, who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered that. That's it. How many times do you have to keep? I don't have any tools. I don't need any tools. You did say that. Then let's begin. The punishment time brimming with despair. Jeez, why don't you get it yet?
Thrills!
This
chills,
time for the ultimate swordswoman, Peko Yama!
Why?
You stay by my side all the time. Why don't you get it?
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment
for you.
I
never needed a sword or a shield.
I never needed a tool. So you didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just...
No, this is really
You just
sad.
needed to be yourself.
Coming from someone who was acting like an asshole.
I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
What if there was some love brimming there?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids!
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Peko. Don't go! I need you! Don't leave me!
Young Master?
Here's for the heartbreaks.
Young Master!
I'm actually about to cry right now. Too bad. Peko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Game over. We got now a punishment befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Fuyuhiko! One woman army. Ultimate swordsman Peko Yama's execution executed. So this is the punishment based off her being the tool. Just a puppet controlled by Monokuma. So she's seen herself as Fuyuhiko's puppet. And here's the despair that Peko was gonna feel. Because she isn't a tool, she's a human. And there's Monokuma too. And dead. That's the end. Ah! cannot be! Even Fuyuhiko? This is bad. This shouldn't be allowed. I'm sorry. I think Ibuki's yelling at me, I can turn a serious situation into nothing but a comedy. Because of her foaming every time. People dying so easily. Falling like dominoes. Bastard. What is this? Even he's crying. Guess a man needs to cry sometime. This can't be. This is a lie, right? Heko! Fuyuhiko!
Such a waste.
For heaven's sake, this is just the worst. This is just what a waste. Conclusion, what a waste. This is why she should have just discussed it with him. Nagito, shut up!
Damn it.
It was supposed to be a clash between two hopes, which questioned something so unpalatable.
Oh.
You're still talking about that? What's wrong with you? Aren't you pissed that two of your friends got killed?
Such despair.
I am pissed. I even feel sad and hopeless. But still,
Isn't that right?
it's going to be alright. This despair is worthless. Even this despair is just a ladder to a bright, shining future that awaits us. It's going crazy. The higher the ladder, the brighter we could shine. That is the unmistakable truth. Calling me a ladder, huh? You say some pretty interesting things. In a way, your misguided thoughts of what hope should be reminded me of him. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Listen carefully.
Anyway, I shall make a declaration. We will definitely destroy you. The hopes of all the Ultimates here will definitely, completely, utterly destroy you. There won't even be a strand of cotton left when we're done with you. That's your future. He's still saying it's a tough toy. How much longer are you planning to say such stupid things? Don't you understand even Fuyuhiko died, you know? Not yet. He's still alive.
What?
Everyone!
Fuyuhiko is still alive.
You serious?
Are you serious? Fuyuhiko! Frantically, we rushed over to Fuyuhiko's side. Oh boy.
He's still breathing.
Is he gonna be okay? Do something!
That's some seriously
You
hit.
need to save him! Hey!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
He's gonna pass out.
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
Well, serves him right.
You're so
Were you filled
stupid.
with hope at the thought of saving yourself? That's why you ended up like that.
You stupid brother!
What are you holding back? You need to hurry up and save him. Also, stupid brother, have you already accepted the fact that...
I don't
What?
believe
A surprise order?
What the heck?
Why did I have to burn my precious courage to save some Yakuza scum?
That's wrong!
It's your duty to save them.
Huh?
Duty?
Hey!
Cause it's written in school trip rules. The Blackman exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. If only the Blackman is executed, then Fuyuhiko shouldn't be allowed to be executed. Well, if I could, I would do something about it right now. If my magic stick was taken away, I'm practically powerless.
Hey!
But you should be able to do it. Jeez, I guess I have no choice.
Fine.
But there's no way I can violate a rule, even if it's me.
So,
Fine then, I'll save him. Really?
like,
I was actually gonna do that all along, so I'm ready prepared for this. Not prepared? And that's when it happened. A siren began ringing from out of nowhere. And it gradually grew closer and closer.
An ambulance?
just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
No!
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patients.
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation stat. So, I'll see you later.
What the fuck is going on? And after he said that, the ambulance containing Monokuma and Fuyuhiko vanished from our sight. The hell happened? Is it really gonna be okay to leave this to Monokuma?
Damn it.
can't be helped. It's not like there was any other way.
Perhaps.
He's gonna be fine. He's probably gonna get better and come back to us again. You're right. He's definitely gonna come back and talk a lot of smack as if nothing happened. Then all we could do is wait. Why do we have to wait for him? I mean, he caused Mahiru's death, you know? However, we must put that aside since Pekka has already been punished. Or else we will not be able to advance forward.
Fall.
There are no
tears.
second chances in life. We cannot return to what has already transpired. There is no other way than to move forward, like an arrow of light piercing through the darkness.
Damn it!
I guess. Things aren't as exciting if a shit stir like him ain't around. He stirs the pot. I didn't realize it, but I was wishing for that too. From the bottom of my heart, I really want him to return. Fuyuhiko! I don't want anyone else to be sacrificed. I mean, that's the true intention. And so the class trial ended. But we still can't see the real ending that we really wanted yet. When that finally arrives, what will happen to us by then? No matter where I look, no matter what possibilities I look for, I can't see our future, not even a speck. As if we were in a boat floating unreliably in a vast dark sea, we're just left there, alone. Only one word could explain our situation. Despair, of course. Couldn't find a more suitable word than that. Looks like the timer's still ticking. 15 days left. 10 hours, 10 minutes, 52 seconds.
You guys can see it, right? You can see this countdown too? 4 people are already gone. We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able to gather them. Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore. Whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is hope and which is despair? But I guess there's no time to hesitate. If this countdown reaches 0, that guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate despair. And the continuation of the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That cannot be allowed. We must prevent that by any means necessary. Even if we have to pay the ultimate price, I will definitely prevent it by any means. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
Sea and punishment, sin and coconuts, complete. Twelve remain. Mahiru and Peko are now gone. Now what's the accomplishment we're gonna get this time? The achievement? Death, lies, and video games. That is our achievement. The Black Dragon Blade. And thus, we have finished up. Want to check on my little buddy. Alright. What have we got here? End of chapter 2. We're now in the beginning of chapter 3. Anyways, I'll see you then.